Last time on Echoes from the Edge, Elara found herself ensnared by Oakhaven's impossible geometry, the town itself a living maze of shifting reality. Tonight, pushed to her breaking point, she desperately seeks answers, only to uncover the horrifying truth of Oakhaven's existence. Haggard and desperate, Elara clung to the last vestiges of her sanity. She stumbled upon a forgotten, dilapidated section of the town, leading to a small, disused library that seemed to appear and disappear on its own whims. Inside, amongst the dust and decay, she began to sift through old, obscure documents, frantic for any clue, any explanation. She found them. Faded, cryptic folklore drawings depicting strange symbols, yellowed newspaper clippings from generations past, detailing unusual disappearances and local phenomena that were always dismissed as superstition. Hints emerged of a forgotten history. Oakhaven, she realized with a cold dread, was built on a place where reality was thin, a nexus of cosmic energy, perhaps the subconscious manifestation of a vast, ancient entity deep beneath the earth. Its breathing caused the very fabric of space to distort. The town was its skin, constantly rearranging itself as it stirred from a long slumber. The shifts, Elara now understood, weren't random. They were tied to this entity's awakening, its slow, agonizing pulse. She discovered chilling accounts of previous residents who either learned to live with the madness, becoming subtly detached and broken, or, more horrifyingly, vanished completely, absorbed by the shifts, becoming part of the town's very fabric. The town's actions became less arbitrary and more directed. It seemed to be trying to trap her, to integrate her into its bizarre existence. Paths that once led out of town were now permanently gone, or simply led her back in a confounding loop. The impossible distances and disappearing buildings were no longer just disorienting. They were active attempts to isolate and absorb her. She even began to see faint, shimmering outlines of those who had vanished, spectral figures briefly appearing in walls or in the shifting ground beneath her feet, silent echoes begging her to join them in Oakhaven's impossible fabric. Then the ground trembled. Elara found herself in the town square, but it was twisted beyond recognition. Buildings were grotesquely warped, their windows staring like empty, accusing eyes. The very ground beneath her began to visibly ripple and undulate like disturbed water. The air hummed with a deep, disorienting vibration, growing louder, more insistent. She looked up, utterly paralyzed by terror. The town itself was about to undergo a massive, fundamental shift, and she was caught at its epicenter. The sanctuary she had sought had become a living, consuming entity.